Hello YouTube, this is CyberKnight 8610, and this is a new series I'm working on. It's over Stardust Assault decks. Hopefully this will help everyone out, even if you don't use a Stardust Assault deck, and even if you're going against one or anything. You know, I'm trying to make the series will help everyone, but it mainly kind of goes with the Star Assault decks because it's, what is it, probably like a tier 2, maybe 1.5 deck now. It's pretty powerful, and it's kind of a meta deck. I don't know. It's one of my favorites to use. It's my main one I use. Also, this series is kind of a spin-off from my discussion videos, so also I want to hear everyone's opinions, as long as they're, nothing, mean, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Make sure it's constructive criticism, and I will try to go over certain things too if you guys want me to go over, and be sure to leave that kind of stuff in the comments for these kind of videos. Also, this is I've kind of got the idea for this video series from MCole40, his Perfecting the Gadget series. So yeah, don't tell me that I copied it and all that stuff, because it's not copying. It's just kind of the same idea, but I'm using a different deck and everything, and I'm going to try not to copy anything. So yeah, don't try to bring that up, because yeah, it's not copying at all, because I'm going to try to stray away from his idea and kind of make this my own kind of thing going on. Alright, this one's going to be about Synchro summoning. In Duelist Genesis, and I guess when the Starter Deck 2008 came out, we started using Synchros. And so there was always different ideas on how to Synchro, and you want to Synchro the fastest. One of the first ideas, of course, is Cyber Dragon. Summon him, then summon Junk Synchron. And then you could Synchro summon for level 8 right off the bat. Really fast, and get your Stardust Dragon out. And that would be a really powerful combo, but it wasn't really it was kind of a luck thing. A lot harder to pull off. It just, especially when Cyber Dragon was at 1. And it was fast, but it really was a little bit harder to pull off. Then it seemed like people were thinking of a different method, like Gravekeeper Spy. You set one, then you bring out another spy or a guard, or some other Gravekeeper monster that is level, or has 1,500 or less attack from your deck. Any kind of Gravekeeper then, really. And you would Synchro summon Junk Synchron or Rose Warrior Revenge. Do stuff like that. And Synchro summon pretty fast. It's another method that's really helpful. It's a method I use in my Stardust Assault mode deck. And it really helps. I think it's even used in most Synchro Cat decks. Most decks these days use Gravekeeper Spy. It's a really handy card for Synchro summoning fast. With 2,000 defense too, he's a pretty good wall. And it's really hard for your opponent to get by him. One of the, I guess, fastest methods of Synchro summoning out there was whenever Summoner Monk came out. He's limited to 1, unfortunately. But you could get rid of a spell card from your hand and then bring out a level 4 monster from your deck, which most people would choose a tuner, level 4 tuner like Rose Warrior. And you could Synchro summon right off the bat, like a easier Synchro summoning to do. Basically, all you need is your Summoner Monk and a spell card in your hand, which most of the time you can get that in your first hand or so. So it really is a powerful way of Synchro summoning, and it's like one of the main methods I use as well in my Stardust Assault deck. So you can get Stardust out like boom really fast. So it's really handy little method. And then of course, you would use the Assault Mode method after you get Stardust. Get Assault Mode activate, and then you'd have your Stardust Assault Mode, which is a really nasty monster. He's like a solemn and a monster. He's like solemn in a monster form, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Really cool card. There are also other methods to Synchro summoning fast, like, for instance, you have Gravekeeper's card, let's say, any monster really, on your side of the field, and you need to bring out, and you want to bring out a Synchro real quickly. Well, you can use Emergency Teleport. Emergency Teleport is something we got in Duelist Genesis, and it gives you a level 3 or lower Psychic monster. And it only, lasts for 1 turn. It comes out from your hand or deck. Well, most people would get Creebons or, some of the other Psychics, which is a tuner, and then you can Synchro summon for a fast Yugioh. It's a pretty cool method, but the unfortunate part is it's not too handy in a Stardust decks, considering that it couldn't be like a level 4 Psychic. If they had something more like that, it'd be a little easier, but it comes in handy here and there. Most of the time you can bring out some like level 3 1 and like Cyber Dragon, of course, and you can still Synchro summon pretty fast with it. But you know, it's not as fast as it used to be, especially with, I think it's limited now to 1 as well. Most of these methods are limited, but the Gravekeeper one really isn't at all. That's like one of the best ones. The newest method, I guess we could say, would be the Flame Veil method, which would be have Fire Dog attack a monster, destroy it, and then you get a monster with a Flame Veil, or let's see, a Fire monster, I'm sorry, with 200 or less defense from your deck, except another Fire Dog, and you get to special summon it. Well, most people would choose Flame Veil Magician, and it has 200 defense, and it's a tuner, level 4. And since they're both level 4, you'd have a Stardust right there. So it's a pretty good method. It's used in Fire Cat, I guess is what the deck's called, or Flame Veil Cat. A lot of different names for it, I guess. And I think that's one of the top decks at the moment as well. And it's not limited at all. You know, you can use 3 of both of these. And it's a pretty nice method. I'm thinking about adding it to my Stardust Assault deck as well. So yeah, it's an awesome method. And of course, we have the Instant Fusion method. This, you could have like Junk Synchro on your side field, use Instant Fusion, get rid of 1,000 of your life points, and you bring a Fusion monster which is level 5 or lower. So you can bring out like Magician King, a level 5 Fusion, and since Junk Synchro is level 3, you synchro them together to make Stardust, level 8. So that comes in handy, and of course we have, you know, like there's level 4 fusions and all kinds of others. This is also a good method because you have different archetypes and stuff you can get to, like dragons and spellcasters, since that's a spellcaster type that can really help you with getting Arcanine out faster with certain tuners. And, you know, some of those synchros that require a certain type of monster. So it's a really nice, I don't think it's limited at all either, so you can use 3 of those. And I guess the final method would be probably one of the strongest and well-known ones, and it was a meta deck last year, and it kind of shocked everyone in some ways. The Rescue Cat method. You use Rescue Cat, send it to the graveyard, and you bring out, you special summon level 3 or lower beast-type monsters, 2 of them, from your deck to the field. And then the monsters are special summoned or destroyed during the end phase. Back then, that wasn't too big of a deal when this card first came out. But now, since we have tuners, especially Arabellum, which is like one of the most commonly used tuners nowadays, you could bring him out, and like Raikou, for example, and then Synchro Summon right off the bat for a level 5. Or you could bring out, you know, if you had more monsters on the field, you could bring out 2 Arabellums and then Synchro, which is what Synchro Cat usually did, which could usually give them up to like 2 Dark Strike Fighters in 1 turn, was, you know, and just all kinds of really mean kind of things like that. So it's another really cool method. It's commonly used, like, I think Synchro Cat's actually still pretty common deck to use, even though it's gotten limited pretty good. And it's used in Flame Veil Cat as well, hence the name. And so yeah, these are just a few different methods on synchroing fast. Like I said, this is a new series, so of course, hopefully, you know, I will have better episodes if you didn't like this one. And tell me if there's certain things you want me to go over. I'm hoping that this will help everyone, even people that don't use Stardust Assault decks. And yeah, be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. I will have another contest maybe pretty soon, I don't know, whenever I reach 1,000. I plan to have a big one, of course, whenever I reach 2,000 subscribers. And I will show my face when I reach 1,000 as well. So yeah, be sure to subscribe, tell your friends. Also, if you give me a shout out, I will give you one. A lot of people ask me for shout outs. I will give you one if you give me one. Alright, and make sure you tell me, because, you know, I might not know. So send me a message if you do, and I will write your name down and give you a shout out sometime. Alright, that's all. Bye, YouTube.